What's going on, YouTube? Wanted to bring you a video of a better look at the Aliens blaster that I got from Hasbro that everyone's been waiting for over a year. So obviously it's already opened, and you get this inside. Normally that sticker or this little slidey piece was right there in the middle. There was some tape. Yes, I've already opened this once just to kind of just make sure what I was getting. The packaging is really cool. Both sides you have a lot of just a worn look. It's definitely impressioned on there, so it's not just paint. So they took a lot of time out of this. There are some burn marks here into the package. So overall, even just the packaging itself is really good. When you open up inside the blaster, inside here you can see there's a quick diagram of the blaster itself, some logos there, the Nerf Unlimited, the actual blaster itself, which is covered by this. I'm not sure why, but then obviously the Wayland Corp logo is there, and then you take this up and you have your blaster. This piece here, I believe, is just cosmetic. I don't think there's anything in here. In here, I believe there are darts. If you open that up, you have 10-pack of darts here and here, as well as the, I assume, the usage or instructions for the blaster. So there is that in that little pocket. Put those back for now. And let's look at the blaster. So the first thing I noticed when I held this blaster was that it is a nice feel for my hands. The handle itself is just big enough for my hands to fit around it. You obviously have your rev trigger here, and then your regular actual dart trigger right there. So pressing both of these at the same time isn't difficult. The trigger pull might be a little bit long for someone with a little bit of a smaller hand, but overall feels good. The hand rest here is also good if you're just holding it like this. You obviously have this pump right there, but in order to fire the front, the trigger is actually here, which makes it a little awkward because you're trying to figure out, how to fire that off. So that can be a little weird. It's just something you would have to get used to fire off. The other thing I noticed is that the stock is not adjustable. This thing is pretty much locked into place. So you have to really butt this thing up against your shoulder. You can't have it out here if necessary. So you're always going to have to just keep it at your shoulder this way. This handle is also a little beefy. It works, but it would be nice if it was a little bit smaller. It doesn't look like it can actually accommodate any type of accessories. It's just a slot. There's no Picatinny or anything else in there. There is also a jam door here, which I didn't realize at first because I was looking on this side, which that isn't there. So a small jam door right there to the side, which nicely closes in and snaps in if you don't want it or need it. The front aesthetics are also really good. Obviously the power on this is nothing up to modding standards, but Obviously a lot of potential. In order to remove the magazine, you push, and then you can remove that. Unfortunately though, it's only on one side, it's not on this side, so it's people who have it this way. It's not bad because you can push it in, you can push this button in with your palm and then take it out. So that's nice, at least that it's a button and not a push slide, or like a slide button like that. So you can see here, just grip it really hard and then you can take that out with your palm. Or if you're on this side, you have your fingers that you can push out there that way. Just a regular magazine, obviously with this little piece on the bottom. I'm pretty sure someone will 3D print one of these so that you could have multiple magazines, so you're not having to reload every single time that this comes out. Also, there is the ammo counter right there. Yeah, and so this is, like I said, the blaster. I haven't actually put in batteries yet or attempted to fire it, the front gun or the main blaster, but overall, pretty sturdy build. Yellow and white, interesting choice, but I know a lot of people who bought this and will be painting it up, so I'm really excited to see what people decide to do to modify their blasters. So do you have an Aliens blaster? Did you purchase one? Did you purchase 4? Did you purchase more than that? I purchased this one, and I'm not sure exactly what I want to do to this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to just basically keep this in the box and have it for not historical purposes or collection purposes, but just to, know that I have this if needed. Or I might go all out, repaint, see what I can do to modify this thing, but not anything for war-worthy purposes. Mainly just, give it a little bit more power, maybe change up the front gun here so that it will accept the I think the XML, or basically the big blue darts that they have, which would be fun. But I don't know how much space is in here. The prime on this is pretty small, so I don't know what type of spring it could take. Obviously, just taking out the air restrictors would be a good start once we find a good spring. And yeah, so obviously there's all of those potentials for it. I hope you guys have either seen these, have one yourself, and have gotten to play with it. Overall, really impressed with this design. I think Hasbro did a really nice job overall with the blaster and recreating it. And of course, all of the people that cosplay aliens, I'm sure, picked one up or will pick one up. And we'll be seeing these a lot for costumes and cosplay, and maybe in some Nerf wars would be fun to just have a full complement of these just to be running around with. So I went scrounging around for batteries to see if I could put them in here to give you guys a quick firing demo, and I did find the batteries. The battery tray is on this side. You'll see a small screw right here, which opens up this tray. This blaster takes 4 C batteries, and fortunately I did find 4 C batteries, but they were almost dead when I put them in. The ammo counter lit up, which was great to see. I pulled the rev trigger and the thing just sounded like a dying horse. It was absolutely terrible. So unfortunately, I don't have any other batteries that I have around the house that are fresh to be able to give you guys a demo of the functionality of the blaster. But know that it takes 4 C batteries. With those batteries in here, it actually made at least the back end of this a little bit more hefty, which was nice because right now with this, it is definitely a little front heavy. The batteries don't add enough to make this completely stable or, to counterbalance the blaster itself, but it was a nice added weight to the back. I apologize for all the weird cuts in the video. I don't seem to be able to string together a sentence lately, so if it's a little disjointed, I apologize. But overall for this blaster, I think this is one that you will enjoy. I know I will enjoy this once I figure out what I will do with this. So if you have one, if you have multiples, I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to hear about what you have plans for this blaster, because I can't wait to see all the repaints, all the modifications that I know will be coming out for this. I think some of the big ones will be adding some type of attachment rail up here into this slot, an extendable stock, or one that you can add your own stock into, like a buffer tube. Obviously modifying the motors and the flywheels that I assume are here, and seeing what people can do with this undermount as well. So again, lots of potential. Hope to see all of those coming out soon for all the makers out there. All right, guys, we will see you later.